Hello everyone, welcome to the second video in the series of video explanations for gaseous state booklet. Now, the questions that are taken in this particular video are as follows. The concepts that are being covered as part of these questions, they are the ideal gas equation, there is the Dalton's law of partial pressure, and the concept of diffusion. I have also taken some of the DPP questions which were quite difficult. So, they were not easy questions meant for everyone. They were quite challenging or quite difficult questions. And these are the three in the DPP number 25, question number 9, DPP number 28, question number 5, and DPP number 29, question number 3, that I will also discuss towards the end of this video. So now let's proceed one by one to these solutions. So question number 19 in FBO. Now, as you read the data of the question, the information that is given, one of the important points that is not directly mentioned in the question is the volume of the vessel, right? So the vessel which is there on the left hand side is V, and the vessel on the right hand side will be of volume 2V. Why? Because volumes and moles will be directly proportional to each other for same temperature and pressure conditions. That is what is mentioned, that before opening the separator, right, on the two sides pressure and temperature conditions are same, and since it is mentioned that gas A has 1 mole and gas B has 2 mole, therefore the volume will also be V and 2V respectively. Now what will happen upon opening the container, right? As I told you in the class also, we deal with these questions in a manner that we take one gas at a time, because एक gas को दूसरे gas से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, right? So we took, say for example, gas A, right? What will happen for gas A? Number of moles and temperature is going to be constant as it diffuses throughout the vessel. So what we are going to follow is that pressure and volume for the gas are going to change. The volume is going to go from V to 3V, right? And as a result, the pressure is going to become 1/3 of the original value. Similarly, for gas B, the same thing is applicable, that number of moles and temperature is constant, and the volume changes from 2V to 3V. Right? Please notice here gas B initially is at 2V volume, and once the separator is opened, it will spread throughout and its volume will become 3V. So the volume changes from 2V to 3V, so the pressure will become 2/3 of what the original value was. So original value was 300 mmHg, so the pressure becomes 2/3 of that, that is 300 mmHg. And since we are being asked the total pressure, it will be sum of the partial pressure of gas A and gas B together, which will be 300 mmHg. All right, then 26th question is a pretty simple question which we have done in class. Now, in this particular video explanation, I have solved it using a different methodology instead of what we did in the class. So notice karna, there are different ways of solving, and you should be able to comprehend such different ways so as to enhance your problem solving ability. Okay? You should not rectify formulas. You should not also rectify the approach that this is how Sir has done, so next time also I'll follow this step 1, step 2, step 3. No, you can solve questions in different manners, in different approach, that can be taken. So for example, in this particular question I have taken initially, there is just gas A present inside and uska mass and uska pressure आपको दिया है, ठीक है? Now gas का word और gas ध्यान में आते ही मतलब I straightforward jump to the ideal gas equation. So I wrote the equation and assumed whatever variable was required to be, say volume is V, temperature is T, I don't know, but मुझे pressure and moles का नहीं actually mass का data दिया है, and I can write that mass as moles upon molecular weight. Right? मुझे क्यों strike हुआ? Because if I would have read the question, उसमें मुझे end में ratio of molecular weight के बारे में बोला है, तो मुझे strike होगा that I can write the moles as mass upon molecular weight. So ये मेरा एक equation बन गया. Then in this vessel only, gas B is also added, ठीक है? And उससे the total pressure becomes 1.5 atm. Now as per Dalton's law of partial pressure, we know that the total pressure is sum of the partial pressure of the gases present inside. And A को B से कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा होगा, तो A का partial pressure तो अभी भी 1 atm रहा होगा. Total अगर 1.5 है, तो we can understand that B का 0.5 atm partial pressure होगा. So we can write the ideal gas equation for B as well. that PV is equal to nRT. So this is the pressure of B, volume is V because it's the same vessel. Moles is going to be mass upon molecular weight into RT. Now you just divide 1 by 2 and V, R and T all will get cancelled out and you'll get the ratio of the molecular weight. So this is a different way in which I have solved the same question as it was done in the class. All right, then 27th question is a straightforward question. It talks about that N2 and O2 are in a particular composition by volume, which I have told you that you should read as by moles. Okay. So treat them for future questions also. If you are given composition by volume, you can treat that composition to be by moles for a given mixture of gas. And you use the straightforward formula that we have learned in the class, that partial pressure of a gas is equal to its mole fraction into the total pressure. So mole fraction, you got moles of O2 upon the total moles. That is 21 upon 79 plus 21. Okay, because that is their composition. You will get the partial pressure of O2. Then 28, straightforward question. You have been given a mixture. So the mixture will have the same volume and temperature conditions. They are present in the same system. So the partial pressure of a gas, right? The partial pressure of any gas will be directly proportional to its moles, right? So you determine the moles of each gas that is present here, and you should be able to get that which gas will have the highest partial pressure. All right, then 29th question. Again, you have been given that there is a whole mixture of gases, and we have been given moles of some of them, and you have been given that the total pressure and that is exerted at certain temperature and volume conditions. So as we have learned in our theory part, that ideal gas equation is also applicable for a mixture of gases, right? So that is what we did here, that total pressure is equal to total moles into RT upon volume, and as a result we calculate the total moles, right? This total moles came out to be 0.4, and it will be sum of the moles of all the gases, and we got the answer of the moles of the unknown gas. Now let's move on to the FBS questions. Again, the 9th question in the FBS section is pretty simple. It is based on this simple calculation of the total pressure and applying the ideal gas equation on the okay, no, sorry, my bad. The 9th question actually is not the one that I was talking about. The 9th question is the one which is based on the concept of diffusion. Okay, and yeah, it's a good question. It's not an easy question. In this question, notice karna that initially pressure and temperature is same in all the boxes, right? So this means that moles and volume is going to be proportional to each other. So you are being asked the ratio of moles that will be in the ratio of the volume itself, that is 1:2:4, that is given in the question. So the first part is pretty simple and sorted. Then in the second part, they have said that they are maintaining different temperatures of different vessels, right? So that means only pressure will be uniform throughout. The diffusion will happen until the pressure is uniform throughout. That means moles is going to be proportional to V upon T. This is a catch. So the ratio of moles is going to be the ratio of volume upon temperature in the three vessels. So आपको volume पता है in terms of the ratio, and temperature has also been given to you. So you substitute and you get the new ratio of the moles. This is a fast way of doing this question. You could have done this question in a much longer way also. If you decide that, this is the, gas in vessel A, and then take that individual gas and then, diffuse it throughout, take the vessel in gas B and then diffuse it throughout, take the vessel in gas C and then diffuse it throughout, you will come to the same answer, but via more complicated method. Okay. Right. 12th question, as I was saying, yeah, it's a simple question. It just talks about the, total pressure ideal gas equation for a mixture of gas, that total pressure is equal to total moles into RT upon V. And we quickly calculated the total moles based on the mass that is given and got the answer. Right. 13th question is a good question, which is a question of gaseous state plus mole concept mixed. Right. In the mole concept part, what we have to do is analyze the reaction. So you have the reaction in front of you, combustion of hydrogen gas with oxygen gas. Notice karna, isme H2O will also be gaseous because the temperature given is 473 Kelvin. In this state, H2O does not exist as liquid, it exists as gas. Now you have been given that mass of H2 and O2, like kg mein diya, to convert it in grams only, and you get the starting moles, right? Based on this moles, if you have done mole concept chapter, you will realize that O2 is the limiting reagent, and what will happen is that the O2 will consume itself completely. ठीक है, O2 का पूरा consumption हो जाएगा, end में O2 will be 0, right? Now O2 के अगर 2 moles consume हो रहे हैं, right? If 2 moles of O2 are getting consumed, then how much of H2 is going to get consumed? You can get that from their coefficients, unitary method लगा के. ठीक है. Similarly, to get the moles of H2O produced, you can again use the coefficients, apply unitary method. So you will get that 4 moles of H2 are consumed and 4 moles of O2 are, H2O is produced. So how many moles will be there in the end? So as you can calculate that 5 moles were initially there, 4 moles got consumed. So 1 mole H2 का बचेगा. O2 got consumed completely and 4 moles of H2O are formed. So the total moles, final moles you can see is 1 plus 4, that is 5 moles. And then you put it there in the final pressure ka equation, nRT by V, you will get the answer of a final pressure in the units of ATM. All right, 14th question is something which is quite simple and straightforward. In this, you have to just read the language of the question, that, there is a volume of 100 ml, right, in which O2 is collected over water. So if O2 is collected over water, then apart from O2 gas, there will be H2O vapors also that are present. So this pressure, this exerted pressure of 800 mmHg will be the total pressure that will be because of O2 and H2O vapors, right? And this information of H2O vapors has been given in the question. So you computed the partial pressure of O2, which came out to be 779 mmHg. Now, since volume and temperature are given to you and you know the partial pressure, you can compute the moles of O2 by applying ideal gas equation. Take care of units. That is something to be taken care always. And once you get the moles of O2, then how much volume would that have at NTP? You just multiply it by 22.4 to get the answer in liters. And because the answer reported at the end of the booklet is in ml, so I just converted over here. All right. Then 15th question, again, it's a good question. It is quite similar to the questions that we have done in the class, that, the gas is diffused from one vessel to another vessel, right? Such that temperature conditions and total moles are not changing, right? So the moles and temperature are constant. That means you can apply P initial, V initial is equal to P final, V final. So you apply that for both the gases, you apply it for N2, you apply it for O2, and you get their final partial pressures, and then you add them up to get the total final pressure. Okay. All right, 16th question. Yeah, again, a good question. It's a difficult question, I would say. Many students would not have been able to get this done because it is again a question of mole concept plus gaseous state. Now, as part of this question, you can see that first we did the mole analysis. Okay, and in order to do the mole analysis, I had to take some variables, and I do not hesitate to take those variables. हो सकता है बाद में solve हो जाए. So I took the initial moles of SO3 as A, and then when equilibrium was supposed to reach, I said that, say, X moles of SO3 got consumed, so X moles of SO2 will get formed. Why? Because the stoichiometry is 1:1, right? And X by 2 moles of O2 will form. Why? Because the stoichiometry is 1:1/2, right? So you get the start moles and then you get the equilibrium moles of each component, right? Now we have two variables created, A and X, and we have to determine them using the two set of information that are given in the question. One information is given for the total mass that is there, and the other information is given for the pressure and temperature. So you applied PV is equal to nRT as the first equation on the mixture. Okay, we are applying it on the mixture only. So total pressure, total moles taken into account. You get one equation in terms of A and X, and total mass will be mass of each of the gas combined. So moles into molecular weight, moles into molecular weight, moles into molecular weight. In तीनों को add करके it should come out to be 0.94. So you get 1 and 2 as two equations in terms of A and X, and you solve the value of A and X in both of them. And once you get A and X, you get the moles of each of these gases, right? And post that you have to determine the partial pressure, which is, as you notice, mole fraction into total pressure. Since you have been given the total pressure and you calculated the moles, you just substitute those values over here and get the partial pressure for each of the gas. ठीक है, थोड़ा calculation tedious है, but it is a good question. It helps you understand, how mole concept and gaseous state questions together can be used for. ठीक है, all right. Now let's work with the DPP questions. So this I said, ये booklet के questions हो गए हैं. अब DPP में question number 9 I'm going to talk about. This was a difficult question based on mercury column inside a test tube, and in this you will notice that we will be working with two set of concepts when we are going to change the orientation of the test tube. One is going to be force balancing on the mercury column, or you can say pressure balancing on the mercury column. And the other concept that we are going to use is that for the gas that is there, that is trapped inside this, right, the N and T values are constant. So P initial into V initial will be equal to P final into V final. So that is what we would be noticing. यहाँ पर आप observe करना. Initially there is this tube which is kept in a horizontal manner, right? And the mercury column is right at the center. Okay. There is gas that is present on either side, which is in equal pressure, say P naught, right? And the gas that is trapped on the left hand side, because of it, the volume will correspond to this 100 centimeter of length, and the gas that is trapped on the right hand side, uska volume also will correspond to 100 centimeter of length, right? Now, if you, let's say, inverted this and made this vertical, then what will happen, that mercury का pressure अब नीचे exert होने लग जाएगा, ठीक है? Now, mercury का pressure भी नीचे exert हो रहा है, and it is going to be balanced by P1. Just a second. All right, sorry for the interruption, guys. There was this important call that I had to take. So I'll resume this session sometime later, wherein I'll continue with the remainder of the questions. But I think booklet questions have been taken care of. DPP ka questions, what I'll do is I'll post on the group only. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys.